My beloved child, pause your rushing thoughts and let your spirit lean closer. Because this moment has been waiting for you longer than you realize. Before the world placed its weight on your shoulders, before fear learned your name, before disappointment tried to claim space in your heart, I already knew this hour would arrive. What you are hearing now is not born from human breath or earthly opinion. This is light speaking to light. This is love calling its own. If you allow these words to settle within you, they will awaken something ancient and powerful that has never left you, only slept beneath layers of worry and waiting. I see the nights when you asked questions into the silence and felt no answer return. I saw the strength it took to keep going when your smile hit exhaustion and your faith felt thinner than your doubts. You were never invisible to me. Every silent tear, every whispered prayer, every moment you chose hope instead of surrender was recorded in eternity. And now hear this clearly, not as a suggestion, but as a truth that cannot be undone. A shift has already begun moving toward you. Not a small improvement, not a temporary relief, but a divine turning so complete that when it settles, your life will no longer resemble what it was before. You are stepping into a season prepared with intention. Doors that resisted your touch will open without force. Paths that seemed erased will reappear beneath your feet. What felt delayed was never denied. It was being aligned. I am arranging moments, people, opportunities, and resources to meet you at the exact point where your faith and my promise intersect. This is not coincidence. This is covenant unfolding in real time. Close your eyes for a breath and see this. Imagine a vast horizon bathed in soft gold, the air warm and gentle against your skin. Ahead of you stands a gate you did not build, glowing with quiet authority. As you draw closer, it opens on its own, not because you pushed, but because it recognizes you. That gate represents access you did not earn through struggle, but through trust. Walk through it now in your spirit. Feel the ground beneath you change. This is new territory and it responds differently to your steps. I am the one who makes roads where logic sees none. When resources seem thin and answers seem distant, I do not panic, and neither should you. What looks like lack is often the stage where my abundance prefers to appear. I specialize in filling empty spaces. I bring overflow to dry seasons and strength to weary souls. Where you felt reduced, I am about to expand you. Where you felt overlooked, I am about to highlight you. Where you felt stuck, I am about to release momentum that cannot be restrained. Now rise, my child. Lift your inner posture from survival to expectation. You are not meant to live bracing for disappointment. You are meant to walk anticipating goodness. I am removing the invisible weight you have carried, the pressure to figure everything out alone, the guilt of not being enough, the fear of repeating old patterns. Those burdens were never assigned to you. Let them fall. I have already taken responsibility for what concerns you. Peace is being restored to places in you that forgot what peace feels like. Your mind will quiet, your body will relax. Your heart will learn how to trust again without fear of breaking. Confusion is dissolving, replaced by clarity that arrives gently but firmly. You will notice it in your decisions, in your reactions, in the way anxiety no longer controls your breath. Victory is no longer something you chase. It is something that follows you. See another image now. Above you, clouds part slowly, and from the opening pours a rain unlike any other. It is not cold. It is not heavy. It shimmers as it falls, each drop carrying provision, ideas, healing, and favor. This is miracle rain. It soaks into your life effortlessly. Where it touches, things grow quickly and beautifully. Debts lose their grip. Opportunities multiply. Relationships soften and mend. You do not have to catch the rain. Simply stand open beneath it. I am not rebuilding you to send you back into the same cycle. I am leading you forward without retreat. What you thought you lost will return transformed, multiplied, and purified of the pain that once accompanied it. Your efforts will begin to echo with results. Your steps will align with timing that feels almost effortless. You will recognize my faithfulness not only in great moments, but in ordinary days that suddenly feel lighter and more hopeful. Stay attentive, not anxious. Focused, not fearful. I do not speak to tease the soul. Every word I place before you carries intention. When I draw your attention, it is because something vital is passing through this moment. I am inviting you into deeper awareness, not to overwhelm you, but to anchor you. Your future is not fragile, it is held. And I have given you gentle ways to keep your heart aligned with me, not as superstition, not as ritual without meaning, but as reminders that awaken faith through sight and presence. These are not objects of power. They are symbols that point your spirit back to the source of all power. When your eyes notice them, your soul remembers who walks with you. Begin with gratitude. Let it become your first language each morning. Before the noise of the day rushes in, before your mind starts listing concerns, allow a simple thank you to rise. Gratitude is not denial of struggle. It is recognition of sovereignty. When you give thanks in advance, you declare trust beyond circumstance. Gratitude tunes your spirit to heaven's frequency, and what aligns begins to attract favor effortlessly. Immerse yourself in living words that carry breath and truth. Do not let wisdom sit unopened while you search elsewhere for answers. Let truth soak into you like rain into thirsty soil. Read it. Speak it. Let it shape how you think and how you respond. When you give voice to promises, reality begins to rearrange itself. Faith grows stronger when it is heard, especially when it is spoken by you. Challenges are not signals of abandonment. They are workshops of refinement. I am shaping resilience, wisdom, and authority within you. Where others see setbacks, I am constructing testimony. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. I remain present in every uncomfortable moment, steady and intentional, guiding outcomes you cannot yet see. Now feel this visualization. A warm light surrounds you, not blinding, but comforting, like a familiar embrace. It wraps around your shoulders, your chest, your back. With each breath, it moves deeper, dissolving fear stored in your muscles, regrets stored in your memory, tension stored in your thoughts. This light is my presence. It protects without suffocating. It empowers without pressure. Within it, you are safe. You belong to me, not conditionally, not temporarily, fully. And because you belong, you are never without direction, never without covering, never without hope. The way to remain aware of this closeness is simple but powerful. Keep your heart thankful and your attention anchored in truth. Return to it daily. Let it be your compass and your refuge. What feels insufficient today will overflow tomorrow. What appears impossible today is already bending toward possibility. Timing is not working against you, it is working for you. I know what you need and when it will bless you most. Trust does not require understanding every step. It requires willingness to keep walking. I see your home. I see the energy within its walls. Nothing there is hidden from me. And because I care about every detail of your life, I guide you to keep reminders that sanctify your space, not to bind you, but to bless you. When a place is intentionally aligned with me, peace settles naturally, and protection follows quietly. Keep living words present, visible, honored. They are not ink on pages. They are carriers of breath and authority. When they remain within your space, they establish order. They illuminate decisions. They stand as quiet guardians against confusion and fear. Treat them as covenant, and they will respond with life. Keep oil as a symbol of my spirit's nearness. It represents provision that does not run dry, clarity that anoints your thoughts, strength that empowers your actions. When you see it, remember that you do not move by your own power alone. You are assisted, guided, and sustained. What you place in my hands will multiply beyond expectation. Keep water set apart as a reminder of renewal and cleansing. I am the source that refreshes what is tired and purifies what feels heavy. Where stagnation once lingered, flow will return, and new beginnings are not behind you. They are unfolding now. I wash away what no longer serves your future and replace it with clarity and vitality. And keep salt as a sign of preservation and promise. What I declare does not spoil or fade, it endures. My commitment to you is stable and unchanging. Where the world tries to erode faith and joy, my covenant preserves them. You are kept, protected, and sustained by intentions stronger than time. Receive this blessing now. Let it settle without resistance. Let it anchor without fear. I am completing what I began in you, and nothing can interrupt what is divinely sealed. Walk forward with confidence softened by humility, strength balanced by peace, and expectation guided by trust. As this message gently closes, allow these words to become your own, spoken softly within your heart, carried with belief and calm assurance. I am ready to receive. I am chosen for abundance. I am guided by light. I am supported by divine wisdom. I am aligned with provision and peace. I am free from fear. I am blessed beyond measure. And as those affirmations echo softly within you, do not rush away from this sacred stillness, because the resonance they create is only the beginning of a deeper unfolding that now moves through your spirit like a living current, carrying intention, memory, and promise into places you did not even realize were waiting to be touched. And in this gentle continuation, I draw even closer, not as a distant voice, but as a presence resting within your breath, reminding you that what has been spoken does not fade when the words pause. It continues to work, to rearrange, to align. Because divine truth is not linear, it expands, and right now it is expanding inside you, stretching your capacity to receive more than you once believed possible, more peace than you have known, more provision than you dared to imagine, more clarity than confusion ever allowed. And as you remain here listening, something subtle yet powerful is happening. The inner resistance that once questioned whether this could truly be for you is dissolving because your soul recognizes its own language when it hears it, and that recognition opens doors no effort ever could. Let your awareness soften and notice how calm begins to replace urgency, how trust begins to replace striving, how a quiet certainty settles where fear once tried to make a home. This is not accidental, this is alignment. And alignment is the doorway through which abundance prefers to enter, because abundance is not only measured in what you hold in your hands, but in what you carry in your spirit. And right now your spirit is becoming lighter, clearer, more receptive, more attuned to the rhythm of divine timing, which never rushes yet is never late. And in this rhythm, you will begin to notice changes that feel almost effortless, conversations that open opportunities, ideas that arrive fully formed, solutions that appear before problems fully develop. This is how favor moves when you stop resisting it. I want you to see another vision now, not with strain, but with ease. Imagine yourself standing at the center of a vast field under an open sky. The earth beneath your feet is warm and solid, grounding you. And above you, the sky is endless, layered with soft hues of gold and blue, representing both stability and possibility. And from this open sky, a gentle wind begins to move. Not chaotic, not forceful, but purposeful. And as it passes through you, it carries away old labels, old limitations, old narratives that told you to stay small. That wind is clearing space because you cannot step fully into expansion while carrying the weight of outdated beliefs. And as those beliefs are lifted, you feel taller inside, more present, more capable of holding what is coming. Understand this deeply. You were never meant to beg for blessings. You were meant to receive them with gratitude and steward them with wisdom. And the season you are entering is one where stewardship matters, because increase is approaching, not to overwhelm you, but to empower you. And I am preparing you internally so that when external change arrives, it feels natural rather than shocking, sustainable rather than fleeting. Because lasting abundance flows best through a grounded heart. And your heart is being grounded now in trust, in patience, in quiet confidence. You may notice that some things begin to fall away during this time. Habits that no longer nourish you, connections that drain rather than support, thought patterns that repeat without producing growth. Do not mourn their departure. Their purpose has been fulfilled. Space is being created intentionally. Because what is coming requires room, and you do not need to force this clearing. It will happen organically as your awareness shifts. You will simply lose interest in what once held power over you, and that is a sign of growth, not loss. Now receive this command gently but firmly. Receive it as truth rather than instruction. Receive it as permission rather than pressure. Let it settle into your core. Now rise, my child. Rise above the internal noise that once defined your decisions. Rise above the fear that once filtered your vision. Rise above the doubt that once delayed your steps, not by fighting them, but by outgrowing them. Because when you rise internally, circumstances must eventually follow. They have no choice. They respond to the level of consciousness you consistently hold. There is a wealth that begins in the unseen before it ever expresses itself in numbers, contracts, or tangible rewards. It begins as confidence without arrogance, generosity without depletion, vision without desperation. And you are cultivating this wealth now, layer by layer, breath by breath. And as it grows, you will notice that money becomes less charged with anxiety and more aligned with purpose. It becomes a tool rather than a test, a resource rather than a ruler. And through this shift, provision flows more freely because it is no longer blocked by fear or guilt. It moves in harmony with your values and your calling. I see streams of light beginning to form around your life, flowing toward you from multiple directions. Each stream represents a different channel of blessing. Some are familiar, some are entirely new, and they are converging now, not colliding but merging, creating a steady river rather than unpredictable bursts. And this river carries stability, consistency, and growth. It is not here to impress you briefly. It is here to sustain you long-term. And as it reaches you, it does not sweep you away. It supports you. It carries you forward at a pace that allows you to breathe, to enjoy, to remain present. You may have learned to associate success with exhaustion, achievement with sacrifice of peace, but that association is being rewritten because the path ahead is not fueled by burnout. It is fueled by alignment, and alignment conserves energy even as it produces results. This is why you will feel less drained even as you accomplish more. This is why rest will become productive rather than guilty. This is why joy will coexist with ambition rather than compete with it. And this balance is not accidental, it is designed. As this unfolds, pay attention to the subtle invitations that arrive, the moments where you feel a quiet nudge rather than a loud push. Follow those nudges. They are guidance expressed gently, not to overwhelm your nervous system, but to honor your sensitivity. Because sensitivity is not weakness, it is awareness. And awareness is one of your greatest assets in this season. It allows you to sense timing, to read between lines, to respond rather than react. And through this responsiveness, you will avoid detours that once cost you time and energy. I want you to visualize one more scene. See yourself holding a vessel made of clear glass. It is empty but strong, transparent yet resilient. And as you hold it, light begins to pour into it from above. Slowly at first, then steadily, filling it without cracking it, without spilling, because the vessel has been prepared to hold exactly this amount. This vessel represents your capacity to receive, and it is expanding safely, naturally, in harmony with what you can sustain, and as it fills, it begins to glow. Not because it is special on its own, but because of what it carries. And this is how your life will begin to reflect abundance, not through strain, but through overflow. Receive this blessing now, not with urgency, but with openness. Allow it to integrate into your nervous system, into your thought patterns, into your expectations. Allow it to recalibrate what you consider normal. Because abundance becomes normal when it is consistently experienced, and consistency is what is being established. Not a single breakthrough, but a new baseline. Not a one-time miracle, but an ongoing relationship with provision. You will notice that gratitude becomes easier, not forced, because it will be reinforced by evidence, by moments that confirm you are supported, guided, and provided for. And this gratitude will further amplify what you receive, creating a cycle that sustains itself. Gratitude leading to awareness. Awareness leading to alignment. Alignment leading to abundance. Abundance leading back to gratitude. And within this cycle, peace remains intact. Stay here in this awareness as long as you can. Return to it often, because this is not a one-time listening. It is an atmosphere you can revisit. And every time you do, the signal strengthens, the connection deepens, and the flow becomes more familiar, until eventually it feels less like something you enter and more like something you live within. And when that happens, life will no longer feel like a series of battles to win, but a journey guided by trust, wisdom, and quiet confidence. And in that